Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm making a guide for a very specific build that me and a lot of other players highly recommend that everybody uses regardless of what build you have for a second lineup here. Now what this is going to do is basically just increase the amount of damage that you do by a lot. So it's mainly pretty much only going to be used for the guild boss and for the demon invasion. Get you higher rankings and higher rewards from guild boss and the demon invasion. Now this won't be very long-winded, it's very straightforward. So I'm going to get right into it and start off with secret stones. You're definitely going to be wanting to run shackles of misery. So if you're running, let's say 2 stones that are damage dealing and then 1 like void counter that just make you survive a little longer, you can swap out that void counter and run shackles instead. Make sure to hold on to your Scarlet Rite, Abyssal Whisper, whatever else it is that you're using to increase your damage. Shackles of Misery, basically what this is going to do is make it so that when you trigger CMB, it's going to increase your crit. So basically just gives you a higher chance of triggering crit, and it's going to help you out a lot. And I should have mentioned first actually is that you're going to be wanting to grind for CMB equipment, and also if you have extra resources to get an artifact, be very good to have a spare artifact here with the CMB stat on it. You're also going to want to have the Cancer Zodiac. I'm just using a yellow rarity because red is a little bit harder to get a hold of. You really don't need anything too crazy. Again, this is just on the side to help you do a little bit more damage. So if you want to just go ahead and use a yellow card, honestly, you could even go ahead and use an orange card. But this is what I have, so this is what I'm using. I'm going for CMB, damage amp. Then maybe I'll go ahead and swap out the CMB res for maybe AB or attack. Probably attack would be the best bet. Just as much damage as possible. Don't worry about resistance, nothing else. And also on a side note, for things like your artifact and your Zodiac, there's no need really to upgrade the level here. You can definitely star it up. I don't think it's very necessary, but yeah, magic infusion, I put quite a bit into my artifact, but it was completely unnecessary. I should have put all of that into my main artifact. Again, this is not an important build, this is just on the side to do more damage. You certainly can put infusion into it if you want, but I don't recommend it. Just go ahead and use the shackles stone, go ahead and use the cancer card. Those are the 2 most important things. And you want to grind your CMB as high as possible for the max amount of damage. And also if you're running a defense pet like Ursine, you can go ahead and swap that out for another attack pet. Go ahead and run 3 attack pets, which will help a lot in demon invasion. Of course, pets are not allowed in guild boss. So just as much damage as possible. The demon invasion, the demons are very weak. You don't have to worry about survivability at all. So literally everything that you can possibly do to increase your damage is good no matter what. You can even go ahead and maybe swap out a couple of orbs here. I actually haven't checked, but a couple of these might actually be helpful for dealing a little bit more damage. You definitely want to use the Fiery Flame Orb and one of these orbs to increase your Spirit Pet attack, so that would be Lured Thunderbolt. Those 2 you definitely do want to be using to increase your damage just for this specific loadout. That's pretty much everything for the build. I can see here I did 1.5 billion damage today to this boss. With my ER build, I'd maybe do like 200, maybe 300 million. So this is a huge boost to me. It's a higher ranking, which means higher rewards, and also helped me get the max rewards here in Guild Boss. I was able to do about 3 billion damage and get everything that's listed here. I think it was 3 blue shards, Spirit Pet contract. It was very nice. So yeah, and this really only applies to players that are really in the late game. You don't want to focus extra resources into this unless you really have them. It definitely can require a few resources, especially if you're going to go ahead and purify an artifact. You just want to make sure you focus your main build, and then maybe once you're like level 160, 170, when you're really pushing late game, you can go ahead and use some resources to grind for this. If you don't have Shackles of Misery, you can get it from the Master Championship. So maybe go ahead and save up the resources for that. Make sure that you can guarantee that you at least get enough shackles to have it. You don't need to worry about starring it up too much. But it's definitely important that you run Cancer and Shackles together. That's kind of the main point of the build here. Alright, that's pretty much everything, guys. I appreciate you watching. I hope this helps, and I'll catch you next time.